This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Monday, September 5, and time for the Barbados Today afternoon update. Thanks for joining us. With the details, I am Fernella Wedderburn. And opposition MPs calling on government to address urgently the issue of gun violence in the country. St. James Central MP Kerry Simmons made the appeal as he addressed the annual general meeting of the Barbados Labour Party's St. Peter branch yesterday. Simmons told supporters there is a need for tougher penalties to be implemented in order to arrest the use of guns, especially high-powered weapons. He says if something is not done soon to arrest the situation, it can have a negative impact on the country's bread and butter industry.
And the reality, again, my friends, is that this country cannot afford to put on the back burner something as senseless as what is taking place in Barbados, and as dangerous. I make the point here and now, and I don't care who gets vexed in the government. If the Democratic Labour Party government does not act with urgency to solve this problem, the Americans, the British, the Canadians will, by virtue of a travel advisory, solve it for us. The only problem is, when they solve it in a way that protects their citizens, by telling their citizens, stay clear of down here. Barbados cannot afford that because the only source of foreign exchange we have now, that they have done nothing with manufacturing, they have done nothing with agriculture, they have done nothing with any with international business. The productive sectors are hemorrhaging. The only thing we can stand on is tourism.
The Royal Barbados Police Force is in mourning following the unnatural death of one of its own. Acting Station Sergeant Grenville Allen of Foul Bay St. Philip was found with a gunshot wound around 5:45 yesterday afternoon. A relative found his body of the 51-year-old. It is believed that the officer may have committed suicide. A Jamaican national, Kenneth Sean Mayers, is due to appear in court today on several drug charges following his arrest at the Grantley Adams International Airport. The 32-year-old arrived on the island on Friday, cleared immigration, and was stopped and interviewed by police. He was then referred to customs, where an examination of his suitcase revealed 5 packages of cannabis wrapped in brown tape, concealed in a false compartment. The drugs weighed 3.4 kilograms with an estimated street value of $27,200. Mayers is charged with possession with intent to supply, and trafficking and importation. He's expected to appear in the District B Magistrates Court today. In other news, there continues to be a high demand for services from the National Assistance Board. That's according to Social Care Minister Steve Blackett, who revealed that some of the centers operated by the board are operating at full capacity. He made the comments as he addressed the board's 36th anniversary service held at Restoration Ministries yesterday.
In December 2015, this last year, the George Dunner Elderly Care Centre was opened and provides a safe and stimulating environment for elderly persons who, with appropriate social support, can remain in the community. This facility also reduces susceptibility to elder care and elder abuse for those recipients and participants who reside alone. Already, the service has reached its maximum capacity, and there is every indication that more of these centres with established and enforced standards are needed to support community-based care. Over the past year, the Clyde Golub Shelter for Homeless Men has operated at its maximum capacity of 34 occupancies. A needs assessment has been conducted, and the board proposes the implementation of a rehabilitative program aimed at integrating occupants into mainstream society.
The principal of the UWI Caville campus, Professor Udin Barito, is lamenting the low enrollment figures among the university's male population. According to her, the ratio is currently 67% female to 33% male, and she is appealing to men in Barbados and the region to invest in a university education.
33% of the undergraduates are male and 67% are female. At the graduate level, the percentage of men registered by September 1st, yesterday, to pursue higher degrees stood at 26.5%, with women at 73.5%. The overall gender ratio for Caville is 67.1% female and 32.9% male. Now, we will not compare ourselves with other campuses, and we welcome all students who are registered. However, I want to appeal to young men, all men in Barbados and the region, to make the time to invest in a university education and reap a lifetime of benefits.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's Bear Stare News. I don't read about that from Barbados today since last night. That can't only can't do. $2.20. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Regionally, now we head over to Jamaica, where the St. James police are trying to identify the bodies of 3 men. According to a report from the Jamaica Observer, their charred bodies were discovered in a burnt-out car. Head of the St. James Police Division, Superintendent Marlon Nesbeth, said lawmen received a report about the vehicle in the Barnett Bush section of Mount Spring in the parish. And it is believed that the men are from the parish of Westmoreland, but Nesbeth stressed that they will rely on the results of forensic tests and to determine the circumstances surrounding their deaths. In Dominica, the start of the new school term has been suspended by at least a day due to heavy rains that have been battering the country since the weekend. And Met officials tell residents to expect more showers as a tropical wave moves across Dominica and parts of the Lesser Antilles. Officials also advised persons residing in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks to remain vigilant and to exercise caution. On the international scene, the French prosecutor's office recommends that former President Nicolas Sarkozy stand trial for breaching campaign spending limits. However, the advice from the prosecutor's office in Paris is not definitive. The recommendation follows a long investigation into claims that Mr. Sarkozy, then UMP party, falsified accounts in order to hide 18 million euros in spending in 2012. An investigating magistrate will now make a final decision on whether Sarkozy should stand trial. And finally, rescue operations are underway in Tel Aviv after a parking garage collapsed Monday, killing at least 2 people, injuring dozens and trapping several more. The details in this report from the CNN.
The hospital has confirmed that 1 person died of the injuries sustained in this building collapse. 1 more remains in critical condition. According to Israel's emergency rescue services, 20 more have been injured, between lightly injured to moderately injured. Let's take a look at the scene behind me, and you can see the challenge facing the rescue workers here. This is a 4-story parking garage. You can see how thoroughly, in a sense, how ruthlessly it collapsed. The concrete simply shattering there, the rebar sticking out. There are a number of workers in that area. Many of those are Israel's Home Front Command leading this rescue effort, trying to get to the bottom of this. Police tell us that of the 4 stories, the top 3 collapsed. And because this is an underground parking garage, that means that 4th story, they're not sure what condition it's in. It could be 50 or more feet underground. That is the challenge that faces rescue workers right now.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.